All right. I labeled this, or I guess I created this theme. Kingsley had nothing to do with it. I pushed it on him. He says, okay, fine. We'll go with it. I call this the Tale of Two Guardians. Like I mentioned earlier, there's been a lot of input with the new way that Bungie wants us to play Destiny 2 Edge of Fate. That point is crystal clear with this new system to getting higher tier gear. I named tonight's theme the Tale of Two Guardians due to the fact that Mike and I have very different types of Destiny gamers. I mean, it's been discussed in past episodes that Kingsley values the story and discovery more than rank and power number going up.
Right.
I, on the other hand, while I enjoy the story, I'm all about the progression systems and making that number go up. So tonight, we're going to discuss what we enjoy in this week, I guess week 3 of Edge of Fate. And more importantly, how can Bungie satisfy both of us for the future of this game? I'll also provide some tips and tricks live in the game tonight. I'll go to my game menu and stuff when I'm talking about it. But Kingsley, let's start out with some feedback from you, man, on this new way to play Edge of Fate. I know you've said a lot of stuff in the Discord, and not everybody is in the Discord community, so let's hear it,
Yeah.
man. What's your conclusion here? I
Well,
guess your final review.
so it's I'll say it again in case people don't always know the details, but I'm sure some people have heard this a million times. But I appreciate stuff in a game that, like the actual content, activities, maps, worlds, story also, but the actual like visual world, like exploring around, I like even more than cutscene stories. But I like cutscene stories a lot also. I like things that change. I like being able to go into like areas and find new stuff. For example, one thing that's kept me a little more interested
Mm-hmm.
in coming, this is like really the only thing, is the new Arms Week stuff, and then also the data pads that are in the activities, like in solo
Yes.
ops, fire team ops, and stuff.
Yep.
Because that's something that's new. I
Mm-hmm.
can go. I have to hunt it down. I'm not even trying to look up where they are. I'll actually
Yeah.
hunt it down. It's really cool too when you're with the team, like in fire team ops,
Right.
and I could tell these other two guys were looking for it too, and we still got it done in time. But we go into an arena, and I saw some guardians going off to the right, and I'm going up. They're not going down the main tunnel. You
Right.
clearly knew they were looking
They're
for
looking for
something.
his pads.
So one guy was going off to the right, I was going off to the left. It wasn't in this room. We go to the next room. We're like looking around, killing the ads in the meantime. Finally, I found it first this time, and then I did the obvious thing, which you're supposed to do. I kept shooting at it a few times to give them an
Right.
indication, like, "Hey guys, there's something over here,"
Yep.
and then they collected it also. So little experiences like that where they add in collectibles, things that are changing, that there's new stuff. It comes back to like why I was kind of disappointed where Bungie said that solo ops were going to be way more variable and changing than they actually are. I'm not talking about modifiers. They said the actual activities would be more variable.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Kepler, they yeah, they talked that up way more too, and I was kind of skeptical of like, I did confirm you can pick one of two zones first, and then it puts you on the rails if you're when you're doing the story because you got to get the upgrades a certain way.
Right.
And yeah, there's lots of stuff to collect in Kepler, but nothing's really like variable. In fact, Dreaming City was way more variable for like a couple months than Kepler ever was, as far as like new things changing out every week. And like it was like a higher, remember like the Taken got higher and higher week after week, and there was like actually new things to find. I mean, whatever. So I like things that are variable and content. And to answer your question, I honestly don't think they can do much. I hate, you don't want to hear that, but like
No, I'm just being
they have less
honest.
staff. They have, how are they going to add? We have less content. They even, than before. So how can they keep up with adding variable stuff? They obviously have the portal stuff because that's a way that they can deal with having less employees to bring like more new content and activities all the time and keep someone like me playing. But I'm okay with that. I already was not playing a lot anyways at the end of last season. Once I'm done collecting all the stuff I want, it'll mostly just be raiding with friends from time to time because that's always a new experience for me each time. It's kind of fun to see who's in the team and who's like helping with this or jokingly hindering with that. We had a good time on Crota the other day, and we actually hopped out of it because we were just getting annoyed at the first encounter. But we were kind of like purposely like it didn't start this way at first, but we were purposely trying to throw it. Like Tech would do it once, then I would do it the next time, and then someone else would do it the next time. Kind of throw, kind of like, haha, we're trying to make it harder, and then we would wipe. But we're kind of like purposely trying to make the raid, like throw it and
Right.
have a fun time just messing up and stuff. And so little things like that keep me interested. But like, I don't really think Bungie can do much to get me more interested until more new content comes out, like Renegade. And we do know a new activity is coming out for Ash and Iron, but that's it as far as a new activity. But the big thing will be, of course, Renegades when there's a bunch of content.
Yeah, and that's not till December. So so basically run raids with a community and teach new people? You're very good at that.
I don't play that much.
I didn't see much Sherpa in last night in HD text thing. I was trying to get you to Sherpa, but I know you like to lay back sometimes. You don't always want to teach.
No, well, I don't like Crota. I will refuse to Sherpa Crota anyways, but and they really wanted to do it, so I'm like, well, as long as someone can Sherpa, it's not going to be me.
It's good to see Batman.
Everyone agreed we didn't want to be in there very long anyways, and then we actually finished up with Vault of Glass.
Yeah, you guys knocked out a couple of them last night, and then ran some fire team ops afterwards, I think. Yeah, it was a good stream.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching. I was doing show notes while you guys were doing it. Yeah.
But but it can't be expected. Like, there's going to be something that'll keep me in the game for sure. Like, I've been looking at the numbers too, and it has been, we aren't to the lows yet, but it has been dropping faster than even Final Shape dropped, with people dropping off and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, it's I don't know, man. I have to tell you, Kingsley, in the past year before Edge of Fate dropped, even with that whatever that year-end activity was where you can go and run dungeons and stuff, I was never motivated to play. I had all the guns that I wanted to use, and let's face it, armor didn't really mean much before Edge of Fate. We were as bloated as could be, as longtime guardians of the game, and nothing that we played would really matter. The only time I really had fun was when we played raids with the community. Just a fun night. We didn't have to crunch. We were just having fun and laying back and shooting the shit. And those nights.
You can do a drunk raid. You can do a throwing raid. You can do you can be a try-hard raid. You can do whatever you want.
Exactly. Yeah, but I didn't have to worry about power. I didn't have to worry about weapons or drops or any of that stuff. And I'm sure, in that last activity before Edge of Fate dropped, I'm sure there's some really good weapons that came out, but nobody really knew the new weapon system. I really didn't know what we were expecting in Edge of Fate. So I wasn't really enthused to play. But I have to tell you, as I'm sweating my ass off working in this horrendous heat wave in Florida right now, I can't stop thinking about getting home and leveling up my armor and weapons just a little bit more, working up to that magic number, of course, 450. I mean, I haven't felt that way in Destiny 2 for a long time. So as far as the new portal and the systems to rank up, this is scratching my itch, man, as a hobby player. I mean, I know there's been, I think one member came in today and said, listen, I've been taking some time off here, and I came back in, and I don't know where the hell to even start on this. And I wanted to ask you this before I get into my game portal here. If you were compared to 6 months ago, if you had a new player come to you and say, where do I need to start in this game? Has your answer really changed much?
A little bit. I feel like they took 2 steps forward, a step and a half backwards. And I don't think overall the game's really any easier for a new player. Yeah, the portal stuff is easy-ish to guide them what to do. There's still a lot of confusing screens. I have some suggestions on how they could move some things around. I'll save for a second. But
okay. All right.
I don't really think the game's any easier for a new player. Yeah, it's maybe like they have some guided choices on what to do. That's a little more guided, easier if they're going to have decision paralysis. But the overall everything in the game is not really any easier for new players, in my opinion.
Okay.
In fact, a lot of things in the portal can be pretty darn complicated until you figure them out.
Yeah.
Like when you're picking all the modifiers and stuff.
Well, I figured since, a lot of people have been kind of, especially casual players, have been kind of confused on how all this works and, how should I be leveling up my gear or whatever. I'm at 250 now. And I think it was at 200 when I finished the campaign. Just maybe 175 to 200. And just full notice here, I grind about 3 hours a day. I usually jump in a half an hour before work in the morning, and I play about 2 to 3 hours a night before I go to bed. So that's how much time I've been putting in. and I'm at 250, 248, 250 right now. So that's about 75 levels in a week. And there's been a lot of people, especially content creators, who have just been moaning and complaining that this is going to take forever. It's going to take forever. They're going to have to change something. This is ridiculous. I'm just running the same stuff over and over again. And it's taken way too long to power up. I'm sorry, I'm being a little facetious here. I know.
Okay. To be fair, the content creators I listen to, not a majority of them are saying it. I think it's people on Reddit saying it more so than content creators, at least the ones I listen to.
Well, the thing is we all know they want to rank up. They want to get that tier 4, tier 5 weapon so they can make a video and get 1 million views on it and make their money. I get it. No one wants
to. They actually want it to go slow because the slower it goes, the more they'll be doing that.
If they're streaming, then yes. Yeah. But for YouTube content, I know a lot of these content creators out there want to get those amazing hand cannon. They want to share. They want to share to their, they want to put a video, be the first to put a video out about the new auto rifle tier 5. And here's what you need to get.
The ones I'm listening to aren't like that.
Really? Yeah. There's been a lot of
people on Reddit, but like as across Fallout, all the people I'm listening to, they're fine with the grind. They like the grind. They do. Okay. Yeah.
There's been some others, not those people, but there's been others that I've been listening to. They're like, I'm going out of my mind here trying to rank up. And I'm like, here's the thing, man. When I played Expedition 33, did I get all pissed off because I didn't complete the whole story in 2 days? No, I worked a little bit on the story every night. I'd work on the story a little bit every night. I'd learn a little bit more about the Clair Obscura game. And I went to bed. I even had dreams about that game, man. It was such a good game. And no, I haven't finished it yet. I'm grinding right now in Destiny 2, but it's on my list. I mean, I look at this list every day on my my virtual Post-it notes. I got them all over my monitors, but I know it's out there. I need to get it done. And Battlefield 6 is on the way soon. You got what do we got? Borderlands 4 coming out in September. We got a lot of stuff to do, man. But here's the thing. I love this method of grinding in Destiny because I can jump on just so simply, jump in literally 5 to 8 minutes an activity, and I'm getting at least a two power bump on some piece of gear. And that's what I've been doing. So what I want to do tonight, especially for those of you that are in the Discord that are a little confused on what to do, and you can watch this replay back if you're not live tonight. But I want to jump into the portal and explain exactly the best way to rank up your weapons. And I'll be brief about this, but I'm pretty much just going to jump in and show you my routine every day as I'm jumping in here. And this is going to bore the hell out of you guys who don't care about grinding. I'm sorry, Kingsley and others.
It's the best way as of now. Don't take Todd's thing. It'll be the best for the whole season because it already changed. It might change again.
Solstice next week could be totally different, but I'm just going to show you how this works and some of the benefits and some little tricks and little things you might not know. Most of you probably are hardcore gamers in here that probably know how to do it, but I'm going to go over to my game live here and just talk it through it. And don't worry, podcast listeners out there in the audio, I'm going to explain everything in the audio form as well. But here's my game. This is my main account, and these are my 3 characters. You can see I like Star Wars. This is my Warlock. I've got this is the Deepstone Crypt ornaments I've got on here, the raid ornaments, and I have the Valve Disciple legs. No.
You're stuck in like the 2010s.
I got the wrong legs. I got the wrong legs because I really like the way those legs look. But and I got the new shader pack that they were selling at the store. I love my shaders, man, especially if they're multicolored like this one. But we're going to choose my Warlock. And the first thing I do when jumping into the portal system is what I love about Destiny right now is that Guardian rank actually means something now, because as your Guardian rank goes up, I'm Guardian rank 6 right now. I'm almost at 7. First thing I'm going to do is look at my Guardian rank and see what I have left to do for Guardian rank 7. I've got to reach 300 power. So that's my main objective right now, is to reach 300, and I'm almost there. Portal activities, I've got to play a Pinnacle Ops activity. No, I have not been playing Starcrossed. I know some of you out there mention it. Takes too long for me. I only have a little bit of time in the morning. I don't have 25 to 35 minutes to get this done.
Also,
solo.
unless you're a try-hard, you probably want to do that with a team.
Fire team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm jumping into solo ops when I play, and I've got to do 3 activities at master difficulty. I can't play those yet because I'm not high enough power.
Start forcing you to do more team stuff, which you don't like.
No, I don't mind doing it. I don't. In activity modifiers, I have to get a complete activity with match game and no starting ammo, which I can only get in the master difficulty. So this, you could see I'm waiting on power here to get to that point. My main objective is to get to this level 7 here. Once I get to level 7, then of course I'll know what to do. And I think it's going to correlate with the higher tier activities as my power goes up, and then 8 and then 9. And I'm heard that 9 is where you can start getting better chances of getting that tier 4 and tier 5 drops. So this is my ultimate goal, is to get to 9. This is where, pretty much this is where I usually go as Vanquisher. It's usually as far as I went in the past, but I might actually go up to level 11 because I love the portal system. But anyway, that's the first thing I look at. So I have a lot of this stuff tracked, so I know exactly what I need to do.
Mark this in today's date. We'll see if you actually get to 11 or not.
I'm going to at least get to 9 because I know 9's the magic number right now. But that's what I love about this game, man, is the fact that Guardian rank is not just a stupid number that doesn't mean anything. Now it actually correlates with getting better gear. And for me, it's all about looters and shooters, man. So I just wanted to show you that's the first thing I usually look at. But the portal system is what I just love, this new portal system. I jump right in. I go straight to solo ops. And if you jump into solo ops, yes, there's not a whole lot of activities to play. I get that part of it. I really do. This is all the activities you get to play. The first thing I want to do is, because a lot of your seasonal activities, this seasonal hub right here, these will give you very, very high power weapons. Consider these like pinnacle drops. I've got an exotic Ingram, and I got 2 legendary Ingrams that I've not turned in yet. And this is just a little tip here. When you complete all these bounties, these are your dailies, and I've got all my weeklies done. They're very easy to get. I mean, we're talking about earn points, getting bonus focus activities done, achieve performance grade B or better in Portal. I'm getting A on everything. I'm maxing it out every time I play. Successfully complete Portal activities, and then generate orbs of power or ammo bricks. I mean, how easy is that? So these give you considerable XP as far as going up your 20 rank levels on your seasonal hub right here. And this is the key. Seasonal hub is where it's at, guys. This is the first thing you should be focusing on every week. And you can see I haven't got my daily bounties done, but my daily bounties typically are all the same. Completing bonus focus activities and portal activities, achieve a grade B or better in 2 of them, two portal activities, and then just kill stuff. I love these general bounties. This makes life so much easier when you're just jumping into grind. And then, like I said, I've already unlocked this stuff. You get the arsenal expansions and the stuff that you can go to Zavala every week and get tier 3, tier 4 weapons, depending on your light level. I claimed this one early. I know I made a mistake. I claimed it early. I was just jumping in there to grab stuff, but you can see I'm leaving all of my Ingrams, because right before reset, the night before reset, is when you want to grab these, because they will keep scaling up about 4 to 5 levels above your current light level. So that's my first tip. Seasonal hub is the first thing you should complete every week, because it's so easy to complete. And once you get this completed, especially your weekly ones here, you're going to get your 20 tracks complete. And look at the rewards, man. You're getting exotic ciphers, Xenet shards. You're getting bright dust, 450 a pop there. The armory requisition. This is where you can go to Commander Zavala and get armor from him every week, which is usually pretty good. Decent rolls depending on your light level. I'm still getting tier 3s, I think. But anyway, this is the place you want to start first, is this seasonal hub. Okay, I've said enough about that. Once I realize what I need to do, which is almost always the same every day, I jump into the actual portal activity. Now, here's a tip. When you're trying to get your focus activities, this is the one thing I think where they can really improve on the portal. They need to have more activities that have this bonus focus. All I have to do is achieve a grade B or higher, and I earn the first time it's guaranteed to earn the boots, the tech sec boots. After that, it's a chance to get it, chance for it to drop. But this is what you call a bonus focus, which ties in to your seasonal hub where you have to get bonus focus points here. So that all ties in. So typically this is the first thing of course, another weasel error. The first thing I do is jump into that seasonal hub and get the seasonal stuff done every week, because it is very rewarding. You get materials and you get very high level engrams. I just got weaseled on a podcast live. I'm trying to sign in.
I haven't been getting any errors at all.
I've been getting a lot of, this is on PC.
Then it might be your network, because it isn't happening to everyone.
No, I'm still having the controller problem. You're going to have to help me get that fixed. It's all over the place, man.
That's a different issue.
I know it is. I know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But you may be having network issues, because I haven't been getting any weasel errors.
Weasel errors is typically network. It's usually network defined. I've got a lot of stuff streaming right now, so it's probably why. But going back to my characters here, like my Grievous Hunter. I love General Grievous. Man, what a cool, that is the best ornament ever. Anyway, I digress. Okay. So jumping into Portal, the solo ops is what I play every morning typically. And I'm always going to jump into this bonus focus objective, because it has to, that's what you have to do every day to get the daily rewards. And it gives you bright dust. It rewards your track on your seasonal. Anyway, as you jump into this, you want to customize it. Now here's a trip when you're trying to customize your stuff. I'm at expert level right now. You can see I'm almost at master. I can probably jump up to master right now if I wanted to, but it'd be very difficult to get a high score. First thing I'll tell you to do is the easiest thing, and it has the best modifier, and that is lock loadouts. Look at how many, how far up this is going to raise me up just to do lock loadouts. Let's face it, when you get your loadout, set up for your game, you're not going to change it. It's a quick 5 to 8 minute activity. So that's an easy one you need to activate right away. The second one, as I'm getting higher power here, you're going to have to start selecting harder stuff. The first thing I do is I choose a Bane, because you can see the challenge multipliers ×4. It does raise the combatant power +20, but I'm at 248 power right now. So it's still going to be under my stuff. So I'm selecting Rage and Caltrops first. So then I'm basically at a B, like a B+ right now. I guess I could stop here and I might have a good shot. I'm going to get 253 bonus gear. It tells you right here on the right what you're going to get, and you're going to get a bonus drop. And for the first time, you're going to get these boots guaranteed, so you can focus your gear. The thing I wish that Bungie would do is have more focus gear activities because I'm playing a lot of activities that don't have the focus gear, and it's just random what you get to drop. So the next thing, I need to pick another modifier, right? I want to get up to A grade so I can get the maximum power. Usually what I'll pick is something that's very easy, like counterfeit. It drops disguise stuff, like the Trickster used to drop stuff that would blow up in your face. This stuff doesn't really bother me. If I jump,
and I'll have a contrary tip for this, because I actually disagree on this next part, but okay. Go ahead.
But you can see I've got up to an A tier. Now, look, if you notice right now, see I'm having this Destiny contacting Destiny servers. Now it's raised up to 254 plus my bonus drop. So if I want to, what I could do also, if I didn't want to raise my power 20 on this, on my Rage and Caltrops Bane, I could take that off if I wanted to, and then go with a more difficult, like Grounded is one I usually pick, because I'm never in the air. I'm usually running a lot. And if I'm in the air, I'm not in the air very long. I can hit that and still get A tier gear. Now here's another thing that ties into how quickly your ranking goes up in your portal. Your actual gear. Good tip right here. So go back. Go ahead.
One way, if you want to make your life a lot easier, always stop at B+, because if you're at B+, and if you do it in the time, and most of these activities are super easy to do in the time, the bonus time thing, you will always go to A. Always. You can stop at B+, and you don't have to make another hard modifier to make it another 10 power delta.
Right.
People did the math that shows you will have better time investment spent doing it 10 lower light that makes it easier. And it really just depends. I mean, yeah, go to A if you want more challenge, but if you're really just trying to grind fast and want the best time ratio to difficulty, stop at B plus. That's my tip, and then
Yeah.
go for the time, and it'll always make it A, guaranteed.
Well, that's a good, I mean, I think Astrocross even said that to go for the B plus tier. I don't like to, you know me, I don't like timers. So I just want to be able to take my time, just chill out, drinking coffee, not worried about the stupid timer at the bottom. So I always go for A tier gear, but yes, you're correct. You can go B plus gear and just make sure you beat the time trial. And there's always an objective in the game, that you can also get, where it is. Okay. MG22.
And the time trials aren't hard. They're not hard at all. Yeah, if you want to take your time, that's a different story. But yeah.
I just like to take my time, and I just want to play a casual, chill game in the morning. I'm half awake, just cranking out gear, and I'm getting the maximum amount of gear I can. Here's the second tip. You're getting this new armor. I'm using TechSec, which, by the way, when you put two of these together, you significantly increase kinetic damage to combatant shields, overshields, vehicles, and constructs. If you have 4 pieces of this gear, you defeat powerful combatants, breaking a combatant shield, or kinetic damage releases a disorienting kinetic shockwave. I have all 4 pieces on. There's also an extra benefit when you have all this new gear on. You can, right now, it's a bug, we found out, but Astrocross even mentioned this. You could put double up, use the TechSec gear, and then put the TechSec ornament on top of it, and it gives you this damage resistance. The more of the gear that you put on, the more damage resistance you're going to have in as far as facing enemies, which again, reason why you can go B plus stuff on it. But I have all TechSec gear. I'm not even using any exotics, but I have 5 pieces of TechSec gear here. I can throw in my Controverse holds if I want to, and I'm still getting the bonus right here, the armor set bonus, which is really great, by the way. I can throw in my Anoyas if I want to, jump in and use solar damage, which I have to get one of the weekly seasonal bonuses done. Or I can just go back to TechSec gear. The arms here is my tier 1. I'm still looking for a good tier 3 piece here. I have tier 2 and tier 3 gear as of right now, but my stats that I'm trying to build up on is super. I've got 105 out of 200 for super. I'm getting more super damage, and my super charges 190% faster. So, and the other one I've made sure I've got over 100 in is weapon. If weapons, a large ammo brick has a 5% chance of dropping more of. Primary and special damage, I'm getting 0.8% more in PvE and 0.3% more in PvP. Heavy weapon damage, 0.5% more in PvP, PvE, and 0.3% more in PvP. Doesn't seem like a lot, but as we start to increase this number by getting higher tier gear, that's why you want to get higher tier gears, because it has bigger numbers. 91 here. I've got these all masterwork, so I can get the maximum extra. If you mastercraft, if you masterwork your new TechSec armor, it'll raise your lowest stats on your armor, I think by 5. Yeah, it's by 5. So always helps to masterwork, and it's not too expensive to masterwork armor. Anyway, if you have all 3 of these together, your multiplier goes up, which means getting that A grade activity completed is a lot easier to do, and you don't have to use as many modifiers. Now, if I were to switch this out to, say, non-TechSec gear, I'm just throwing random stuff on here. Let's put this to, last this one. Okay, we'll use that. Like this, my Controverse holds, and I put regular helmet on here. No TechSec gear except maybe my bond. And I have another thing that helps your multiplier is TechSec. Not TechSec, but weapons that have been, exotic weapons that have been, I guess, what's the word? Featured for this season. It'll have a little bright blue emblem at the very left top hand corner. But if I didn't use these weapons, all just regular weapons, not special or new weapons from the season or an exotic that's been featured, it has that blue emblem on it. Now watch how hard it is for me to get that A tier gear. We're going to jump back into Portal. We're going to go to solo ops. We're going to do another run just like we did. Customize. I'm even locked out here because my gear isn't strong enough, but let's just say advanced. Lock loadouts, not even available. But basically, in a nutshell, I'll just save you guys all this. If I did lock loadouts, the Banes, and everything like I did, your score multiplier to get your reward score forecast will be a lot harder to achieve that A tier if you don't use new weapons and new armor. So just keep that in mind. That's the one tip I wanted to share. A lot of people are using their old armor and weapons, and they're making it hard on themselves.
But it's more than just that too. Another thing, once you get higher, closer to the next levels up, like once you get, in your example, closer and closer to master, it becomes harder and harder to get to A tier until you switch to master, and then it gets easier again. Yep. So that's another important tip too. If you people are listening and like, oh, it's getting hard to get to A tier or B plus tier, which again, I recommend. Right. Check and see if you're still down at too low of a level, because they want to force you into the higher levels once you get more powerful.
Exactly. So they want you to use the new gear, so use it. Definitely use it. That's
and
what
play the higher levels. Yep.
And play as high as levels you can. That's comfortable to you. Let's see. I put this on.
Another tip you missed, since you were talking about like the fast ways to power up. Unless you were going to mention this later, but were you going to mention the Wayback Machine thing?
Go ahead and mention it. I know what you're talking about, but there is a new.
I only bring it up because you were saying you wanted to go as efficiently as possible, so you should mention this too. But so yeah, I agree. And see, this is all stuff I know, but I don't even care to do this. But I am in the know.
I'll pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up.
When you're leveling up, save the stuff on your season pass bar, like Todd said, and collect it at the end of the week, ideally before reset or somewhere later in the week. But also, if you can go to the Destiny Wayback Machine, it's a Firefox extension. And see if there's any gear.
And a Google.
Go ahead.
It also is an extension for Chrome. Yep.
Cool. And you can see if there's any gear you haven't collected from previous seasons. And you might be surprised. I mean, if you were really good collecting everything, maybe you don't have anything to collect, but you should at least check it, because that is another way. It won't give you as high as the season pass bar thing, but at least it'll give you basically at level maybe one below. So let's say your boots were like dragging behind and you just couldn't level them up. You had really bad RNG, and the season pass, the weekly season pass bar didn't give you boots either. Check out the Destiny Wayback Machine if there's boots you haven't collected. And if your total power was 207 and they were like 190 or something, it would guarantee bring it up to 206. So that can help a lot with that.
Yeah, I'm it's slow tonight for some reason, but I've got it pulled up on the screen here. But it actually is like a little turquoise engram. As far as I use Chrome, so it'd be a Chrome extension. All you have to do is sign into Bungie.net, and it automatically will start pulling last season's anything that you failed to pick up, like Kingsley just explained. And you'll be able to find some stuff that I had some ornaments and stuff I forgot to pick up. I was in a rush, I guess. But anyway, that's the Wayback Machine. Just want to let you guys know about that. Episode Heresy is what it's going to pull from. So anyway, going back to the one more thing I wanted to mention here in the full is making sure that all your weapons are the newest weapons. So when you're powering up your gear, always power up your newest weapons. Get stuff that you like to use, whether it's a sniper rifle, the sublimation scout rifle, the Ahab Char machine auto rifle, which I really like. Anyway, of course, I still like the third iteration. It is still hitting hard. Even though they nerfed it, it's still hitting really well. But everybody knows Outbreak Perfected is just kicking ass right now, so I've got it on. If I need to get down a yellow bar quick, those nanites are just chewing them up. So, and I've always loved this exotic. I've got all of the ornaments for this. It's just a fantastic gun. Really is.
You have all the masterwork catalysts for it.
Yep, I do. I ran all those solo, by the way. It was not easy, but I was very, very happy when I got it all done. I actually have two roles. I have this one is the rewind rounds. I have the other one that's Headseeker, the Headseeker version as well. So I love this rifle, and I'm so glad they featured it this season. Okay, so get all the same weapons, get all the newest weapons, get all the newest gear, and your multiplier goes up, which means it makes it a lot easier to reach that A tier or MGT2 B plus tier, especially in the higher tier content. But yeah, there it is. That's what I do every morning before I jump in. Now, of course, you can jump into Pinnacle Ops, or I've even done the Fire Team Ops and jumped into like I don't do Battlegrounds, but I'll do like Devil's Lair here. It has extra drops on it as well. And and one thing I did want to mention too, when you first are put in the portal, there is a training. When you're low light, there's a training part of the portal. Complete all of the training on the portal. I held off. I got to the very last step 7 of 7. All I had to do was I had to play a game with a certain modifier in it and get A tier, get A grade activity completion. It will actually save if you're farming it and you're just going over and over to play conflicts. It will keep all of your modifiers that you had in place. If you're just rinsing, repeating, just launching, relaunching, coming back, because you completed that training, it will keep all of your previously customized modifiers where you don't have to go in and set your modifiers every time. That's a nice little plus. So thank you, Astrocross, telling me about that. Good.
And since we're talking about the training thing now, that is one of the areas that's super confusing for newer people and even people that played for a while. And I think they did the layout horribly. They should have put training off to the side instead of it being at the top above the easiest level. Because if you do start figuring out the training, it's actually starts getting kind of difficult once you get to like 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
Out of 7, the different training modules, and you don't have to do them. I mean, you should, like Todd said, eventually, because it makes it so you don't have to repick modifiers. But it's just kind of confusing for people that don't know at first, like why it's there, how to deal with it. Is it easier than normal at first, but then it gets harder than normal later on? And I just feel like they could have done better with the overall portal layout with keeping things easy.
Yeah. Like I said, that's all I had to share as far as in game. I had a few more comments as far as the portal system, and I know we're very different players. And you've mentioned that you're probably going to do a lot more raiding with the community to keep yourself busy. And
no, not a lot more raiding. I'll do the same amount I've been doing in the past. You can't get me to play more just because you want. I'll probably play the same amount or less, than it was already planned. Yeah.
2.23 KD in Crucible for Arms Week. This Agape Heavy Burst Hinkin is great. Yeah, I haven't used the Agape. I'll have to get that one, pick that one up.
This update is about what I expected. I already kind of knew that I'd be playing even less than even last year because it's just kind of more boring to me of the stuff outside of Kepler, so.
Here's the thing though. Because of this new system and the way they want us to grind gear, I haven't been back to Kepler. Have you played all the side missions in Kepler yet, Kingsley?
Yeah, of course. They're interesting. They're fun.
I understand. I played a few of them, and I was like, well, and the Sieve mission, JD Ken already said, is maxed at 300. So once I hit 300, which is going to be pretty soon here, it'll max out as far as power that I can earn. But the way the game is set up right now, if you go to Kepler, 1, it takes too long to get your gear, and 2, if you're running side missions or whatever, you do get rewards for those side missions. But the thing is it takes so long that your mind is telling you just to go back and keep grinding in the portal. And so as far as that is gone, it's made me play less of Kepler after I played the initial story. I mean, I've been on a few side missions on Fabled, but like I said, in the Sieve activity, it'd be like 23 minutes left, and I wouldn't want to wait for it. I'd say, you know what, I'm going to go play a couple more portal activities, and then I'd forget that the Sieve, I forgot to go back to play Sieve or Sev.
The way I look at it is like you're so focused on a shiny number going up, you're missing out on cool experiences, But
they're not going anywhere. I mean, the experiences aren't going anywhere, and I'd rather go play those side missions on Mythic, knowing that I can get a possible tier 5.
That's not true. There's still things you haven't done in Final Shape that you said aren't going anywhere. You'll never get back to it.
There is
You'll
stuff
still
I haven't.
be like grinding.
Yeah, you're right. There is stuff I still got a couple.
And if you were trying to do the grind to 450, I guarantee you'll never get back to it because the grind to 450, you have to be a no-lifer, basically. A lot of people are giving up like at 350, 400, because it's like they're realizing the grind is too much.
I don't know, Kingsley. This reminds me of playing Expedition 33. I'm working on it a little bit every week. The amount of time
it's not like it at all.
Well, I realize, I think one of my,
Expedition 33 is one and done.
yeah, I understand. But as far as, it's a big, there's a lot of hours you got to put in that game, at least like 25 or 30 hours. And I'd play an hour and a half a night or something and just work my way through. And as soon as I would kill a major combatant, I would say, okay, that's it for tonight. And I'd work on another combatant tomorrow or another fight.
I forget the numbers. Someone did the math from 400 to 450. And then someone put in, they did like a pinnacle op thing 10 times in a row and didn't even get a +1 drop once. And I may not be saying that right, but they said like the hours to put in to go from 400 to 450 would be like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours.
There it is. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, right? I mean, that's Bungie's MO, it seems. Why on earth would you make it harder from 400 to 450? If the hard cap is 450, just let us crank it out until we hit 450. I don't understand why they want to complicate that, because if we're already dedicated and we've already said we're going to put in the time to get to 450, now I may hit 400 and just go peace out, because guess what? As soon as December rolls around, we're going to all go back to 200 again. And here's what I'm curious about: how many of us are going to want to do that grind again? I'm I am, man, because I like progression. That's the part I love about this game, is the progression system.
It'll be less and less people each time. Even if a lot of people that are grinders will come back like you, I guarantee it'll be less and less each time.
So,
and
what does Bungie need to do then to alleviate this? Should we make the power jumps faster up to 400 and then have 400 not quite as hard? Well, I mean, obviously, but I mean, I've been playing a lot of missions that I haven't played in ages, man. I'm getting a lot of nostalgia from a lot of these old missions. I don't know about you, but I love playing them.
Even the people that like to grind, they do reach a point where like, I can't do the same mission a 20th time in a row because it's the fastest way to grind, and then they'll get like burnout.
I mean, but
at some point, yeah.
I mean, I'd have to push back on that, because why do we do raids? If we've already done a raid, why do we come back and do it again?
It's a different experience each time because of the people you're playing with. Yeah, and you can set it up like that. Thing. But definitely not analogous at all to doing the same solo op, the exact same thing each time. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the way Bungie can fix this is because we are going to go back to 200 and then up to 500. It's going to be even more grind. MJT2 says that won't that cap extend in Ash of Iron? I don't think it extends in Ash of Iron. I think they said 400 to 500 in Renegades, I believe. I don't think if it's that soon, they're not going to reset it.
Well, we're getting more artifact things. I didn't hear about the power going up.
We're going to get another reward track, I think. We'll get another reward track. Yeah, because I'm looking at the reward track. It's up in 45 days. But other than that, I think they need to make progression more rewarding. If we're going to grind to 400 or 450, then instead of A tier giving me a +3, how about a +5? That would cut a lot of grind off right there. Just that 25% more reward or grind, or power increase. Maybe that will, but they need to cut this shit out with 400 to 450, slowing it down. Bungie is always so worried about the hardcore players getting too many enhancement cores, so they put caps on it, or they put too many strange coins, so they put a cap on it. I mean, that's the one thing I love too. They're giving materials, they're giving enhancement cores, they're giving strange coins. Like I'm getting them on every 8 minutes. I'm getting strange coins, so I can farm those. I can farm my enhancement cores. Even sometimes a boss will drop an enhancement core or a strange coin. I'm loving that.
This has nothing to do with materials. You know why they're doing the 400 to 450 thing? People actually asked for it. And Astercross is one that said, I'm looking forward to that grind, the crazy grind, the no life grind when it comes from 400 to 450. So not everyone's complaining about it. So, but I would say the general average player would never do that, or they're going to complain about it. They're not going to. Yeah.
Sorry. I would pose this question.
They're either going to complain about it or not do it. Yeah.
I would pose this question to Astercross if he ever listens to this podcast. What happens when you reach 400 and you're grinding crazy to get to 450 and then Borderlands 4 comes out? what are you going to do then? You going to stream Battlefield 4, Borderlands
Silly
4?
question.
Or are you going to, when Battlefield 6 comes out, are you going to stream Battlefield 6 or are you going to grind 425 to 430 today?
He'll probably be mostly in Destiny. He might grind the other one a little bit, but he'll stay mostly in Destiny. Yeah.
All right. Well,
that was a silly question. Yeah.
Like I said, there's so many games to play, or so much competition for our time. This 400 grind, 4 to 450 grind, I don't know. We'll have to see if they change it. Like you said, next week could be a totally different portal system. But I wanted to at least put that out there. If you're listening on a podcast app right now and you want to see the visual of what I just did in game, watch the playback on my Twitch or YouTube channel, and you'll see me go through it.
And that's a good point. We talked about before, but I don't think we actually talked on the podcast that'll come out, is what's best right now is solo ops, but solo ops aren't always the best grind. There was a time where the Encore mission was the best grind.
Mm-hmm.
And there may be a time a week from now where it's different again too. It might be a Pinnacle or a Fire Team Op. Here's the problem. The other problem with the portal system is people always find the fastest thing. And there's been several times where Bungie's turned that off because they don't like people doing the fastest thing. So it's always like a whack-a-mole. It's like, and when you have so many limited to pick from in the portal, you can't be turning stuff off because people are grinding it too fast.
Yeah.
So who knows? People might find some crazy way to cheese. It was Encore before, but they might find some cheesy way to do star-crossed, and then everyone will be saying that's the most efficient way. Now, again, I know we all have preferences, but if we're technically being fair about the most efficient way, right now it is solo, but they may not always be the most efficient way. It may be quicker doing something else later.
I stand corrected, MJT2. He says he pulled it from the TWID, the 7.3 TWID. He says with Ash and Iron update later this season, you'll be able to earn a total of power all the way up to 550. Regular rewards from the portal activities will be able to drop at 500 total power, and Prime Engrams will again award gear up to the hard cap of 550. So early September, we're going to get a cap increase. Holy crap, man.
So will the 550 mean that it'll be hard from 400 to 550, or when that comes out, I wonder?
That's what he was asking.
400 to 500 will be the easier one again.
That's what he was asking.
I guess that's the question.
Will 400 to 500 be easier, or in the grind from 500 to 550? We don't know. And I have a feeling,
will it be hard from 400 to 550? Yeah.
Bungie has all the numbers. They have the heat maps. They know where everybody's playing their game. And I'm just curious how long people will be able to grind the same activity over and over and over again. For me, it's a hobby. And the main thing that's really driving me right now, and I wanted to ask you this, Kingsley, I think the new title for Edge of Fate is the weapon, I think. The Guardian Weapon, or is it Guardian Weapon or something like that? I think I'm going to grind it.
The title name? The
title name. I think it's called Weapon. Pretty sure it's called Weapon.
Hold on, let me see.
I'm actually might be grinding for that. Because if I'm going to be working toward at least Vanquisher on my Guardian rank, I'm probably going to get a lot of that stuff done along the way as well.
It's called Fated Weapon.
Fated Weapon. Yeah, man, I like that title. And Sharpshooter's good too. I'm going to get you. Mark my words.
So you got to do all the missions on Mythic. Pretty intense.
Ooh. Better have a fire.
And you got to get all the catalysts for the exotic hand cannon too, which is some things on Mythic also.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't even run that mission yet because it's a hand cannon. The hand cannon. I'll use my graviton lance.
If you get that title, I'll be pretty impressed. I'm not going for the title. I don't care about the missions on Mythic, although
do we need another gentleman's wager? I'm thinking, can I pull it off?
Sure. I mean, I think it'd be cool if you get that title.
I got till December, right, to get the title?
No, you probably have a whole year. I wouldn't see why. But
there's a lot of games coming out.
Why would they? No, you probably even have past the year. I mean, have DLC titles ever really gone away? Not for quite a while.
That's true. That's true. I can still get all the other titles as well. All the past
unless they
years.
take Kepler away in a year, which I don't think they'll do. But
I think they're going to slide it into the map. And with the whatever the new Renegades map's going to be, I know Plaguelands is coming too. In 40 to something days, we're going to have Plaguelands back. So, I mean, I don't know about you, man. I know you don't want to grind.
Wait, Plaguelands is Ash and Iron or
Ash and Iron?
Renegades?
Yeah, Plaguelands coming back in Ash of Iron.
So that's probably the new activity then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
it's not going to be a whole. It's not going to be a whole like campaign destination like Kepler, but it'll be an activity thing.
But here's the thing, man. There's so much to do in this game right now. I mean, for me, because I'm the grinder, I like the progression system. One, I'm going to get my Guardian rank to at least 9. I really like to try to get it to 11, but I don't know what's required yet. So I don't want to say I'm going to get rank 11 and Guardian rank. I'm going to get at least 9 because I heard that's the cutoff point where you can really get some good gear. But I love that they're tying that to loot. They're tying that to those tier 5, tier 4 weapons. And that's all it needs to register. That's my dopamine hit right there. And of course, armored as well. Tier 4, tier 5 armor. That means you have once you get that Vanquisher title, you can really start heavy duty build crafting for some super stats. You could probably could you get triple 200 stats? Is it possible to get triple 200 stats?
No, it was impossible for triple 200, I think. Okay. We did the math. Me and Tech did the math once. I know it could have changed or I could be wrong, but I think you could at most get 200 and then you get close to 300, but that's with like total detriment on everything else, you know.
Amazing Taco King, you crack me up, man. I'll run interference, Kingsley, and invite Todd to play the Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6. Take the bet. What would
if we're gonna do the bet, you gotta have, I would say, you have 6 months or a year, no more than a year to do it. But
well, you'd have to have some pain too, though, man. I mean, the way the bet works is it's got to be painful on both sides.
Yeah, the painful thing is if you actually do it, like in 6 months, I'll I don't know, stop raiding for a month. I don't know.
No, I don't want to limit your gameplay, man.
You said a pain thing. I mean,
let's see. Battlefield's probably going to come out. What do you think, Amazing Taco King? Have they said when Battlefield 6 is coming out? Is it going to be like fall, or is it going to be like first of the year? I'm curious when they're actually, because I haven't seen an actual release date for Battlefield 6 yet. So I don't know. We'll talk about it. I don't want to say anything tonight. It's way too early to do that. Unless I need the full information before I make a bet like that. He has to raid with me if he loses. No, man, I don't mind raiding with anybody. I love raiding. That's not a punishment.
No, but that's the pain for me. I have to raid with you.
Oh, October 10th. Ooh, man, that's going to be tough. That means I got to get most of it done before October 10th. That gives me what?
Look,
September.
You know, the date really
August,
doesn't matter. It's going to be tough no matter what, because even if we do it a year, you'll put it off until like the last month anyways.
Can you still play Gambit right now? I don't think you can play Gambit, can you? I thought they took Gambit away. It's on a holiday.
Holiday?
I heard they're bringing it back though, and they're going to have now they bring back Gambit Prime. I may be playing some Gambit, man. I love Gambit Prime. Gambit Prime.
You can play it right now. It just doesn't do anything. So
you can play it, just doesn't help too. Okay, I got you, zombie. Scarlet Maddie says, I have heard the opinion that the portal is soulless, and I don't disagree, but I do think people should let the trial run of it go for a while, just because the whole instant gratification thing is so prevalent. Maybe Bungie wants people to actually make a hobby out of it, and it's just a matter of impatience for some people. It only really super matters for content creators. But all that is mostly outside looking in. Okay. He says that's a pretty cool.
I hear you, Scarlett, but I totally disagree, because impatience has nothing to do with knowing how it feels. Like, I'm a very observant person, and I'm not being impatient about it. I kind of know what's in there and what's coming, and I think they need to add a lot more. So that's just my opinion. I totally appreciate what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And maybe there are people being impatient, but like, it's not just impatience. People like me actually can know that the portal is soulless too.
I tell you what, if I have a guaranteed kick-ass fire team to help me run the campaign on Mythic, I'll even stream it. I may take that bet, man. I got to get, what is it called? The ritual weapon?
Yeah, but if you have a kick-ass fire team, let's bring it like a lot quicker. Like
no, it would have to be before October 10th, because I'm playing Battlefield 6, brother.
Why?
I'm playing Battlefield 6. That's when Battlefield 6 comes out.
We'll see.
That would be my. Every game would gild.
We should take a bet on that too. How much you actually do play it, or if you have a complaint about it.
If they're going back to old time Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3 days. The old Gator may be half the week lost in Battlefield. I just hate to tell you, that's my roots, man. That's where I got the name Gator. That's where my Gator gamer tag came from. Everybody called me Gator in game. Plus, think of the squads we can put together, and then the Battlefield nights we could stream it, have a lot of fun playing. Well, I think if Bungie, I think Bungie won. I think they need to increase. They need to give more rewards for the grind. I think +5, +6 even would speed things up quite a bit, especially knowing that we can go to 500 now or 550 in just a few weeks. Man, that is crazy. And does that mean Mythic is going to be 500 now?
No. It's not that.
Okay.
It's Mythic is always -40 below your level.
Right. That's right.
So it's always hard no matter what your power level is. You'd have to be a minimum to get into Mythic, but it's like, I think it's like, it was 200 or something for the minimum to get into Mythic.
The thing is,
maybe it was even 170.
The thing is, Amazing Taco King, EA has all hands on deck. They have multiple developer studios working on this game. I really think they're planning to win, and they're paying to win this iteration. And there's so much about Battlefield, and I can get into it. It gets me just excited just talking about it. But
I am curious. I think there's an over 50% chance, like somewhere between 2 to 6 months from now, that you may be complaining about not being able to get tier 5 stuff very easily because you're hitting walls in the grind, either between the Guardian rank or the leveling up stuff. You're hitting some walls, and I can pretty much predict you won't like it, but I could be totally wrong. So, but that's my little mini prediction.
If Mythic is 40 below your power level, right? And what power level do you have to be to unlock Mythic? 350?
Only like 175 or something.
Okay.
That's not the problem. Yeah.
So you can play Mythic anytime. It's just always going to be 40 below.
It's always going to be 40
Delta?
below. Yeah. But did you hear my other thing? Do you have a comment about that?
You don't think I'll make it because you think I'll get held up between
no,
400 to
you
40?
didn't hear what I said at all then.
No, I did.
Separate point.
Go ahead and
Well, I
repeat
mean, we'll
it.
talk about the
Just in
Kepler
case.
thing again too. But like, I forget Kepler for a second. I have a mini prediction that anywhere between 2 to 6 months from now, you'll be complaining that you can't get that much tier 5 stuff because you're hitting grinding walls. Forget Mythic. I'm just talking about even Portal.
I'm
You're
counting
hitting grinding walls.
Kingsley, I am counting on Bungie making it better, making the drops more prevalent, because they're going to see their player base starting to sink. And they're going to see their player base.
Do you predict yourself complaining if they don't make it better?
If they don't make it better, then yeah, I guarantee I'll be complaining about it, because I grinded my ass off to get to that level. Man, I feel like I want to do this. Every bone in my body wants to bet.
Let's get back to that. Yeah,
getting that title. I'm going to get Sharpshooter. I'm definitely going to get Sharpshooter, but it would be a nice consolation to get the weapon title as well. You know what? I'm going to make that the question of the week. What should the bet be that I get the what's it called? Ritual weapon? I've already forgotten the first name. I just knock weapon. The title for Kepler, Edge of Fate title. Was it called something?
Yeah,
weapon?
But just for your side, I can't necessarily agree to it. I don't have to accept a bet if someone says something weird for my side.
No,
ahead of time.
You don't. It's just like I said, it's just suggestions. That's for sure. Speaking of which, let's get into our question of the week before we take off tonight.
Cool.
Since this is based on this topic that we're talking about tonight, my question of the week for this week, and it was a survey that we had a good turnout too. A lot of people turned in and gave them their answer. We have been grinding out power in Edge of Fate. What are your impressions with the loot chase? A, it's perfect. 37% said that. B, too grindy. Only 6% said that. C, not enough grind. That was JD Kent. Said not enough grind. And D was other. You can comment below, and 50% of the people commented.
Yeah. Most people said other.
Yeah, well, that's because I wanted people to give us more impression. Soccer, one of our mods in our community, says, love the grind for gear, not just an XP simulator for grinding power anymore. Nice to be able to actually level up through my gear. I agree, Soccer. Tajo Trade, the power grind is great. The loot chase is not. The tier system, while good in theory, is not as much a change in the big picture of things. It's spread out too thin, has weird limitations like only certain archetypes are available, and masterworking armor upgrades the 3 secondary stats rather than your 3 main stats. There's other issues too, but I'll leave it for another time.
See, Tajo's very forward thinking like me.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
these are things that people are going to start realizing, even you,
yeah.
over time.
Yeah, you even commented on it. You said if loot chase, quote unquote, means giving certain weapons, it seems good enough, maybe even not enough grind. If loot chase means getting certain tiers, then I'm guessing most people will start saying too much grind. So because I read the question multiple ways and honestly don't have much of a horse in the race, won't vote one of the main options, just other. Dimwee says power leveling is genuine torture and the raid armor is only worth it in the highest difficulty. I've heard nightmares about the armor gear not being high enough tier. Zombie Pops, one of our patron members, said, I would say perfect, but definitely not too grindy unless you want it to be. Story alone gives you decent enough armor to tackle the lower levels of loot grind. And of course, if you want a god tier 5 roll, complete loadout, then you have to grind, but only if you choose that life. Deadpool 1 Merc, one of our patron members as well, said, honestly, the power grind is actually pretty solid. I don't mind working toward that, but the loot chase just isn't hitting the same. The new tier system sounded cool at first, but in the bigger picture, it doesn't hit just right to me. It's stretched out too thin, and some of the choices feel weird in my opinion. To me, it's odd when you masterwork armor at boost, that was mentioned earlier, it only boosts your secondary stats instead of the main ones. There's other stuff bugging me too, but I'll save that for another time. McMaximo, did he enter it twice? No. Okay. McMaximo, another patron member, said, I'll likely never own a tier 5 weapon, and that's fine. But from what I've been reading, it sounds like folks are rarely getting tier 5s from even the most difficult activities. That's nuts. I think that's mainly because a lot of people haven't reached the power levels yet. We'll see. Time will tell. If you do the hardest stuff, you should get the highest tier weapons and armor. Other than that, I'm happy with the tiers I'm getting from my easier activities. The grind to the soft cap feels about the same as before. Kilvin, another one of our patron members, says, I'm happy with the weapons because even at lower tiers, you can get some good rolls. Armor feels off, but that might be an early read on my part. I'm just starting to get some tier 3s, which seem usable, but tier 1 and 2 stats were so low, it was hard to justify masterworking, even though I like the way the set bonuses sound. Also, exotic Ingram drops just feel bad now. I really wish Bungie hadn't waited to bring the 3.0 changes to exotics. Walk-in Plague mentioned, I personally think having more options available to focus loot or grind things out solo, if you're limited on time, is really nice. I agree. Especially since it's a centralized location. However, my biggest gripe is the diversity of the bonus loot options and the amount of different maps and activities there are to do, which, Kingsley, you're right there. That and why we able to focus Kepler gear, but we aren't able to focus in Portal, or is it the design of deterministic loot? And then finally, our raid boss patron, Mr. Amazing Taco King, said, honestly, leading up to the Edge of Fate was very much on the fence of whether or not I was going to enjoy it. The story was kind of B-plot at best. Feels like Bungie is using the OG opening music of Destiny 1 and using grayscale of the map. We talked about that to give those member berry nostalgia beats. The grind was looking like it was going to be bad, but it is very smooth, almost like a passive grind without even trying. I hit 200 with no issues, and getting higher power level loot doesn't feel like grind all over. Another thing I want to mention too, if you get
and then I have something to say too.
Absolutely, and if you get higher tier past 200, if you start getting the new loot, whether it's weapons or armor, I love the fact, like Bright Dust used to be, if you dismantle that armor because you don't want it or it's too low a power, you get those what is it called, some kind of cores, subdued cores or whatever they call it. I can't keep up with the currencies in Destiny these days, but those were all our answers from Question of the Week. Thank you everybody who participated in that. And I think I might mention that for Question of the Week for next week, what a bet would be if I what's a good wager, because we have some creative people in our Discord, man. What do you say?
Like I said, I had something to say on this.
Yeah. What do you say, Kingsley?
So he said like the passive grind without even trying to hit 200 was easy. Well, that's because that's the soft cap.
Unstable.
I'm just telling everyone, I'm not focusing on Taco King.
Yeah.
The soft cap, remember people, you do not have to try hard at all to get to 200. You don't have to do portal stuff at all. You don't have to get to A level. You could even probably do Gambit. I don't know, maybe not that one, but like anything else, even blues drop up to 200. So yeah, the soft cap to 200 is easy and the same as before, just in case people were thinking, oh, I'm at 100. Do I need to start doing these try hard things in the portal? No, you don't. You can if you want, but it's after 200 where you need to start doing that stuff. So
Well, just to wrap up here, tied up in a nice little bow, being that we are the tale of two different kinds of guardians in this game, I'm loving the grind. My objectives are going to be getting at least Vanquisher on my guardian title, guardian rank, and I'm really thinking about I'm going to get the sharpshooter title, but I'm really I think I might really try to get the faded weapon. It's weird how it just pops in my head. The faded weapon title for Edge of Fate. I'm really thinking about getting it done. I'll have to see. But Kingsley, so to wrap things up, how would you surmise how you're going to play Destiny, at least until Renegades?
Like I said, less than before. I'll be doing raiding occasionally and stuff, but this was expected for me. It's not necessarily bad news. I still love the game, and always when new content comes out, but I'll definitely most likely be playing less than before. So
okay,
because the systems aren't appealing to me.
I like seeing you raid though. I know you love raiding, man. I love watching you guys raid. It's so much fun.
If they come out with another like Arms Week, things like that, new stuff,
it's fun.
You know, they come out with more data pads, whatever. I could see hopping in for stuff like that. But
Gotcha.
yeah, that's basically. I would probably be playing less. So.
All right. Thanks for engaging with that chat. Thanks for going along with it, Kingsley, tonight as far as our topic of the week.
Hey, I love it. Yeah.
Before we leave tonight, we're going to answer just a couple questions from our Discord community, and then we'll call tonight. But we're going to get to our questions for the show right after this.